Baker, the crew chief, at second, and Stu Sherwater is the umpire at third. A message sponsored by Walk Up Personal Injury Law. Justice takes more than a fighter. You need a champion. Visit walkuplaw.com. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Giants may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Francisco Giants. All right, here we go. It's Jonathan India, the DH, hitting leadoff for the Royals against the left-hander Robbie Ray for tonight's first pitch. Here's John Miller.
All right, Dave, nice to have you back. And Ray throws. He's very high and outside. Ball 1 to India.
I missed you.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that is low and inside. 2-0. First pitch thrown at 6:45, which that was the plan. 65 degrees, the official game time temperature. Now the 2-0 pitch. India swings and misses. And he threw him a changeup on the third pitch of the game on a 2-0 count. 2-1 now. The time and temp are sponsored by Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness, we're all strong on this planet. Now a swing and a foul. That was a fastball, and that was in the strike zone. Belled high in the outside corner. Fouled out of play. 2-2 the count. Ray winds. Here it comes. Fouled back over the screen and out of play. That was a high fastball on the outside corner. And a fan who brought a glove stood up down in the seats and made the catch. Got his whole Giants uniform on. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. A hard slider breaking down and in right under the hands of Jonathan India. Beautiful pitch. One away. So what was like an average day for you out there in North Carolina at the golf tournament?
Oh, it was, just a normal day. We picked up at 5:45 a.m., get back to the hotel at 9 p.m., on the air for 13 hours. Just normal.
And you didn't even get to play any golf?
No.
Here's the pitch to Witt, Bobby Witt Jr., and he takes one in the dirt, and Robbie Ray is like, wow, what was that? Curveball, and it bounced about, 25 feet in front of home plate? No swing there by Bobby Witt. He took it. 1 ball and no strikes. One of the exciting young talents in the game. Dynamic. The pitch to him. Swing, a line drive, left center field. Sinking quickly, and it will fall in front of and right by the Giants left fielder, Ramos. Man, that ball had some weird spin to it. And Ramos just misread it all the way around. And he seemed to think he was going to catch it, and then it kept slicing away from him. And then he never got a glove on it, and it skipped right by him. So it's a double for Bobby Witt Jr. Witt came into the game with a .303 average. That's his 18th double, 3 triples, 5 homers, .879 OPS. And you have to keep an eye on him. He's liable to steal. Here is Pasquantino, and he fouls one back into the second deck off to our left, strike 1.
I looked up, John, just to check before the series started, the StatCast leaderboards, and Bobby Witt is indeed #1 sprint speed score of every player in Major League Baseball.
Wow. Even the rookie for Tampa Bay, Simpson.
#1, ahead of even Chandler Simpson.
Now here's a spin move by Robbie Ray. Looking Bobby Witt back to second. Witt has 16 steals for the year. 1 strike pitch. Pasquantino hits a soft bouncer up the first base side. Off the mound to get it is Ray. Underhands the ball to Schmidt at first for the out. And Schmidt laid back at first, seeing Robbie Ray go after that ball. The second baseman, Fitzgerald, also went over to cover first just in case. That's one of those that can end up being everybody goes for the ball and nobody covers first, but they handle it well. Witt goes over to third, but with 2 down. And here comes Salvi Perez.
And the problem with those plays, with Witt as the runner, if you mess that up, he might just keep running.
He's got that kind of speed. He's at third now. Robbie Ray into his stretch. The pitch to the veteran, Salvi Perez. Fouled back to the screen. A fastball right in on the hands. Pretty big rip there by Salvi Perez. Perez broke into the big leagues all the way back in 2011. 35 years old now, from Venezuela. Last year, he hit 27 homers and knocked in over 100 runs. Doesn't always catch now. Play first base and DH as well. The one-strike pitch. Swing, and there's a high fly ball into center. Out in the sunshine, battling the elements out there. Jung-Hoo Lee makes the catch, moving to his right over toward left center. Inning over. One hit. Witt stranded at third.
Let's see if we...
Ganando con la diablona, bien alterados, collas el mano y bien cambiado. Con Louboutin Dolce Gabbana traigo, con la pacada nunca falla pa'l peligro. En mi negocio generando y desde chico, con un porte bien tumbado, así es como la navego. Ya se la saben todos.
No score, bottom of the first. Giants come up against a Bay Area native, Chris Bubich, who, gosh, has he been good. He is turning into an ace, one of the best pitchers in the American League so far this year. From Cupertino, in front of, I'm sure, a lot of friends and family. It'll be Ramos and then Flores and Lee. No score, bottom of inning number one.
So here's Bubich, 6 feet 3 inches tall. The first pitch to Ramos. And it's in the dirt for ball one. 93 mile an hour fastball. He's got a 1.66 earned run average. Bubich making his 10th start of the year. Working from the stretch, kicks and throws. And that is right down the middle for a called strike. 1-1 now. 54 and a third innings pitched. 45 hits allowed. And only 15 walks versus 56 strikeouts in his 54 and a third innings. 1-1 pitch, curveball, and it comes back over the outside corner. Strike two call. 1-2. Bubich out of Archbishop Mitty High School and went to Stanford. Mitty in San Jose. There's a fastball fouled off to the right and out of play. 94 mile an hour fastball under the hands of Elliot Ramos, who he was the big bat yesterday once again. A home run on the first pitch of the game, and then in the 8th inning, after the Giants had tied the game, he got the big hit to knock in what proved to be the winning run. Now he takes, and it's low. He got a changeup there, and it was an excellent read. That one had the sinking action and went right down beneath the knees. 2-2 the count. Wilmer Flores on deck. 0-0 game. The pitch. Way outside and high. Another changeup. And that one got away from Bubich. B-U-B-I-C. Chris Bubich. He missed a lot of time with the Tommy John surgery. Just really getting back during the season last year. Now a swing and a high foul off the first base side going down the line. Foul ground is the first baseman Pasquantino makes the catch, arching the back as the wind started blowing it back toward the field and away from him. And he almost stepped on the second baseman, Massey, who had raced over to help out. And Massey hit the dirt to try and avoid colliding with him. So that one worked okay for Kansas City, and it could have been a disaster. Everybody's all right. And Ramos is retired. Nice play there by Pasquantino. Now Wilmer Flores. And the pitch. Wilmer takes inside, ball one. Flores, who for the season is hitting .395 with runners in scoring position. Never had an at-bat with a man on base yesterday. Now he swings and misses, and he got a changeup. Right down the middle, at the knees, 1 ball and 1 strike. Flores began the day still leading the majors in runs batted in. 42 batted in, 10 home runs. 1-1 pitch, and that is low on the inside with another changeup. Bruce Wilmer drove in 8 of those 42 runs all in one night here. Friday night against the Athletics. 3 homers, first 3-homer game for him. He drove in 8 of the Giants' 9 runs in that game. Now he swings and lifts a pop fly into shallow center. Backing out is Massey, the second baseman, and he makes the grab out number 2. So 2 down, and Jung-Hoo Lee will come up. Two down, nobody on, nothing game. Jung-Hoo Lee, left-handed hitter, the only lefty in the lineup for the Giants today against the left-hander Bubic. Now a fastball, just off the outside corner apparently. Dan Merzel, the plate umpire, that could have been called a strike. So he squeezed Bubic a little bit, it appeared. The shortstop, Witt, well over toward the middle. And Bubic throws. And he's off the outside with a slider that time at 88 miles an hour. The Royals with Salvi Perez catching, Pasquantino at first, Massey at second, Witt, the shortstop, Garcia at third, Canna, the former Cal star, in left, Isbell in center, Renfroe in right. Now here is a called strike on the outside with a sinker, and that had the kind of the reverse movement from the outside and drifting back and catching the corner. He got the call. 2-1. 2 down, nobody on. Matt Chapman would be next. He's on deck. And here is a ball low. It was to the outside corner, a fastball at 92 miles an hour, but just a little bit low. And good work there by Jung-Hoo Lee to take it. Lee has been fighting it here lately. 3-1 the count. Here it is. Swing, and he bounces a foul. And he swung at ball 4, I think, up and in, and that's been happening a lot. And that's usually the case when the guy starts struggling. He's got 6 homers, 29 batted in for the year, 12 doubles, 2 triples. Now he pops one foul. He got a high fastball down the middle, but up. And it was a borderline strike. And it probably needed a swing at that one. Fouling it back into the crowd, off to the left. Still 3-2. The sun still shining off the hitter's backdrop in center. Most of the field in the shade now. And Lee hits a ground ball right to second. Massey's got it. Over to first. Jung-Hoo Lee retired. The Giants go down in order. 0-0 after 1. Robbie Ray back.
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show.
chicken menu. And remember to live Moss.
Here's Robbie Ray's second inning, and he drops in a called strike. First pitch fastball to Michael Garcia, right-handed hitter with explosive speed. He also has some power, hitting well this year. Now he takes low and inside with a slider. 1 ball and 1 strike. Garcia, 25 years old. Last year he had 37 steals and was only thrown out twice attempting to steal. But this year he's hitting a lot better. Garcia, .301 batting average, .371 on base percentage. 1-1 pitch, and that is a slider over the inside corner for a called strike slider, or maybe a changeup. So the count is 1-2, right on the inside edge. The windup, Ray pitches, and a foul into the second deck off to the right. Let's pause here for station identification. This is the KNBR Northern California Honda Dealers Radio Network.
This is the flag.
Curveball right toward the back foot of Garcia. Leading off here in the second. Now it's a 2-2 count. Mark Canha is on deck. The 2-2 pitch bounced foul. That might have gotten a piece of the Giants catcher, Sam Huff. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. A little gust of wind came up just as that pitch was being thrown and caused a big little dust storm near home plate on the first base side, right on the foul line. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a high fastball. And he got him to go up out of the zone, his second strikeout. Fans, this is EMS week, and we salute American Medical Response for their year-round care at Oracle Park and unwavering service to our community. Thank you for your commitment to excellence as we use the hashtag EMS Week 2025. Now Mark Canha. He was a Giant for a short time. Former Cal star with the Athletics when they were in Oakland. There was a ball that missed up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Canha with the Royals now. He's had 51 at-bats and a .275 batting average. Been used as one of their most often used pinch hitters. Right-handed hitter, squared up stance, the pitch to him. And that is a high strike. A fastball belled high in the outside corner. Mark Canha, who renewed old times with former teammates such as Matt Chapman. They were in Oakland together. Now here is a curveball beauty down at the knees for a called strike 2, and Canha questions that call made by Dan Merzell. Mark Canha, who's the left fielder tonight for Kansas City, 36 years old now. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Too high. Very high with that fastball. Here's a check of who's on deck. Sponsored by TimberTech. TimberTech decking and railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Mike Massey is on deck. 2-2 pitch. Little tapper hit slowly. Third base side. Chapman racing in from deep third. And he is not able to barehand it. And it wouldn't have mattered anyway. That was going to be a hit for Canha. Man, he hit it so slowly, so poorly. And Chapman was playing him all the way back near the outfield grass. He came racing in. Bent down while on the dead run, tried to barehand it. But I took a quick look at Canha. Even if he had barehanded it, he was not going to have a chance to throw out Canha. Infield hit for Canha. And here's Michael Massey, batting left-handed. And he takes a high strike, 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's 0-1. Massey, playing second base, 27 years old. He's got some pop. He hit 14 home runs last year. 0-0 game, second inning. Now the pitch. Swing, and there's a ball off the end of the bat in the air to shallow center. In and to his right, Jung-Hoo Lee makes the catch. from where we are, we know the visibility for the hitters is not great with both the pitcher and the hitter in the dark shadows, and the hitter looking out at the hitter's backdrop, which is still reflecting the bright sun. Even from here, it can make things difficult to see. Jung-Hoo Lee, though, no trouble going after that one at all. Here now is Hunter Renfroe, the veteran, big-time power, and he takes a slider for a called strike. Renfroe off to a slow start with Kansas City, hitting 179, no home runs in 95 official at-bats. Big, strong right-handed hitter, slightly open stance. The pitch comes in, and a bouncer foul off to the left. 0-2. That was a slider from Robbie Ray.
He's got those totally weird lifetime numbers. I mean, he's faced Robbie Ray a lot in his career. He's 3 for 33 against Robbie Ray.
However,
all 3 of those hits, home runs. That's weird.
Now the set. Canna away from first. The pitch. Little bouncer. Third base side. Couple of high hops fielded by Chapman. The hurried throw to first in time. Those were big hops. Took a while to get to Chapman. And then he had to hurry that throw.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
Last of the second inning, 0-0 score. Chris Bubich, the left-hander, pitches off the inside. Ball 1. Chapman, Adames, and Schmidt, 3 right-handed hitters in a row coming up against Chris Bubich. 0-0 score. Now the pitch. Swing, and there's a pop-up. Foul, third base side, coming through the coach's box. Right into the coach's box is Garcia. Now he backpedals his couple of steps and makes the catch. One away. Chapman began the evening with a .222 batting average. 8 homers, 24 batted in, but a .343 on base average. Leading the club with 31 walks. Now Willie Adames, right-handed hitter. Adames, .223 average, 5 homers, 22 batted in, and he takes very high from Bubich. Bubich not only lives in Cupertino in the offseason, he was born there, although he went to high school in San Jose at Archbishop Mitty. He was a Mitty Monarch. There's a swing and a foul. Back to the screen. Man, that was right down the heart of the plate for Adames, but he took a big swing at it, but fouled it straight back. 1-1 the count. And some of that could be there's still sun shining off that hitter's backdrop in center. Now he takes, and that is down the middle, but at the knees this time. Strike 2 call. 1-2 the count. Casey Schmidt on deck. Giants nothing, Royals nothing. Last of the second. Here's Bubic throwing, and the changeup is low. Bubic, who out of high school went to Stanford. He was a communications major at Stanford. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and that just froze him. It was a big sweeping slider, and it buckled his knees and broke right over the heart of the plate. Strike 3. First strikeout for Bubic.
I was not a communications major, but I'm going to have to go down and ask him if he ever made it into the basement of old Memorial Auditorium.
Here's Casey Schmidt. He drives one into center field, but it is going to go right to Isbell. He didn't even have to move for that ball.
What?
Is that even possible?
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is
into the second deck right beneath us. It's the third inning, 0-0 the score. With the play-by-play, Dave Fleming.
Almost made it into the lap of Mike Krukow, that foul ball. Came up just a little bit short. Now a pitch bounces a curveball. It's 1-1.
That may set off some nightmares for him tonight, which are kind of recurring, about a line drive coming right back at him when back in his days as a pitcher.
No good. You want to remember a lot of things from your playing career? Not that. Here's a sinking liner to left, and Ramos, I don't know if he didn't see it off the bat or if he just took kind of a weird route and never really had a chance to catch it, but he played it very awkwardly. Did manage to snag it after it bounces. So Kyle Isbell is aboard with a leadoff single, and at least for Elliott, even though he couldn't catch it, it didn't get by him. But the ninth place hitter just kind of flips one to left field. Leadoff single with the top of the order coming up now for the second time against Robbie Ray. It's Jonathan India, who squares around a bunt and takes a changeup down and in. Pulled the bat back, did not bunt at it. It's ball one. Jonathan India is often the second baseman for the Royals. He got spiked on Saturday and did not play yesterday. He's in the lineup tonight as the DH, the pitch. And that one is in for a strike. Same pitch, changeup, this time right on the inside corner. So Robbie Ray has given up a hit in each inning. 3 hits for the Royals. Giants haven't had a hit yet. They haven't had a base runner yet in 2 innings against Chris Bubich. The 1-1 pitch. Up and away with a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. 2-1. Did you see what happened in Miami tonight? Did you talk about that game on the Toyota out-of-town scoreboard?
No, I never got around to it. But what a game.
Wild. Cubs, Marlins. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and Huff is going to throw behind Isbell, who started from first, and then I guess must not have felt like he got a good jump because he paused, kind of froze. Huff threw it, and Isbell did manage to get back safely. Pitch was swung on and missed for a strike. Huff doesn't have the same kind of reputation that Patrick Bailey has, but his throws to second have actually been pretty good. 2-2. The pitch. Swinging a topper foul. Again, Isbell from first was ready to go and took a hard step and then stopped.
Well, the Royals, they like to press the action. They have, in their first 48 games, stolen 40 bases. And Isbell is not one of the prolific Royals base stealers. Only 1 steal all year.
2-2. Ray is going to kick and throw to first, and Isbell is back standing.
But I think what you're describing is what they want. He's been looking to get that jump, but he's been kind of timid about it. But they have a lot of other guys that won't be so timid. They'll just be taken off.
Runner at first, nobody out, no score, 3rd inning. There he goes. The pitch is hit foul. That time he got a really good jump. Basically, it looked to me like he just went on first motion. But the ball was hit foul, so he went in with a slide to second. He pops up, and now he has to jog back to first.
Well, a lot of times a manager, when he's thinking his guy's being a little too safe, a little too conservative, he'll just put on the play, go on first motion. He takes it out of his hands.
See if he goes again. 2-2. The set. The pitch. Not running, and it's very high. A fastball. 3-2.
And more of a kind of a slide step there by Robbie Ray instead of the big full leg kick. But he also missed the strike zone by plenty with it.
You got the Royals' best hitter by far on deck, so the Royals are thinking this has a chance to turn into a nice inning. This is a big pitch right here. We'll see if Isbell's going 3-2 with Jonathan India, the hitter. Ray looks over to first, and he will throw. India takes a ball just inside, and he walked him. And that is not really the game plan with Bobby Witt Jr. coming up here. 2 on, no outs for one of the game's best players. First walk of the game issued by Ray. Just bad timing for the first walk. You understand being careful against a guy who is pretty dangerous, Jonathan India, but now Robbie's got some issues. Witt doubled, really used his speed after Ramos missed a ball in left field to get a double his first time up. He lines this one to short, caught by Adames, goes to second for a double play, and Fitzgerald pivoted and was hoping maybe he had a chance to go to first for a triple play. The runner at first, India, held and got back. So no triple play, but it is a double play liner off the bat of Bobby Witt. Giants will take it. That was scorched to short, and I don't think Isbell, the runner who got doubled off, there just wasn't much he could do about that. So 2 down. Runner at first, Pasquantino takes a fastball high for ball 1.
102 miles an hour off the bat of Bobby Witt, so he scalded it. But it just sort of made it all the easier to double up Isbell at second.
2 down. The pitch is hit high in the air to center field. Not deep. Jung-Hoo Lee coming in. Still coming in. And he will now slow up, make the catch for out number 3. Well, that's a good job. Maybe with a little good fortune, but all
the big hits.
Ball one as we come to you live from the Hawaiian Airlines broadcast booth. Tyler Fitzgerald, part of that double play. The Giants turned to help Robbie Ray get through the top of this third inning to keep it scoreless, 0-0. Now Fitzgerald takes down and in ball two. He's made an impact coming back to the Giants roster healthy. He's played well. They're a better team with Tyler Fitzgerald in there. 2-0, the pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a changeup. And that fooled Tyler, and I don't think a hitter really gets bugged by a swing and miss there. The worst possibility is ahead of the count. Maybe a guess, sell out for a pitch, take your best swing, but you're off with your timing and you put it in play and don't hit it hard. Here's a fastball inside, 3-1. If it's 2-0 and you take a big hack and you just miss it, well, it's still 2-1. You got Matos on deck. And then Huff. This is the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Giants. Bubic has not allowed a base runner yet. 3-1 pitch is hit foul. Just a foul tip, really, on a changeup. So he fooled him again. 3-2. Fitzgerald's going to use his timeout. Three hits for the Royals. Giants haven't had a hit, haven't had a base runner in the first 2 innings. Bubic holding and pitching. And that's inside ball 4. Fastball missed. So Fitzgerald, there's the first Giants base runner. And with speed. So Tyler draws the walk to lead off the inning. With Luis Matos coming up. We've told you we checked that StatCast leaderboard, our leaderboard update sponsored by Bank of America. Proud sponsor of the Junior Giants, helping inspire tomorrow's leaders on and off the field. Bobby Witt Jr., the fastest sprint speed score of any player in baseball. Here's a sweeper in for a strike to Matos, 0-1. Tyler Fitzgerald is in the top 25. Last year for a while, he was in the top 5. Hasn't been running quite as fast, but still, we're talking about fractions of a second differential. Here's a swing and a fly ball center field. Pretty well hit. Going back on it is Bell all the way to the warning track in front of 391. And he makes the catch to retire Matos.
Number 23.
So 1 out. And up comes Sam Huff. So still very fair to say Tyler Fitzgerald, who's at first base here, is one of the fastest players in the big leagues. But the fastest is the Royals shortstop. Ramos now on deck, 1 out. Huff hitting 190. Takes a sweeper at the knees, called strike 1. The Royals, fairly unusual. They got Hunter Renfroe. Most teams come here to this park and play the right fielder way out towards right center. Renfroe's mostly just playing kind of straight up. Huff's got a lot of power to right center. He takes this fastball away. I say fastball, that was a changeup. Fooled me, but it missed, 1-1. He's got good, he definitely sells the changeup with arm speed. It looks like the arm stroke of the fastball. Fitzgerald over at first, and Bubic is going to throw over there. Tyler gets back standing. But Sam Huff, if he could hit one toward the gap in right center field, there's nobody to plug that gap with the way the Renfroe's playing. And that's where a lot of Sam Huff's power comes. 1-1 the pitch. He pulls it on the ground, foul. That was a breaking ball down and in. And the count is 1-2. And maybe the defensive alignment gives you an indication of how they want to pitch Huff. If they think they're going to use the change-ups and the sliders and whatnot, then you feel like Huff's not going to hit it to right center. He's going to pull the ball. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Fastball, he just blew it by him. And he does that a lot. He's got one of the best fastballs in the game, even though it's 93, 94 on the radar gun. Not, by big league standards, not a real high-velocity fastball. It's just extremely effective. So 2 down for Ramos. Elliott had some good swings against Bubic his first time up, but ultimately popped out. The pitch. Ramos fouls it back. That was a good swing on a fastball. He was ready for it. Fouled it right back to the screen. Leadoff walk for Fitzgerald, but all this time he stayed over at first base. Now with Ramos up, Giants may be a lot less willing to have Tyler risk an out on the bases with Elliott. Here he swings and misses through that high fastball. Strike two. 92 miles an hour. He's got the high spin fastball with the low release, and hitters just say it's very hard to barrel it up. 0-2. Fouled away. You feel like from where the ball's coming that it's going to end up below where it does. It stays on plane, stays up, and hitters over and over again against Bubic, they swing underneath his fastball. Ramos still down 0-2. Throw to first. Fitzgerald back standing.
You wonder, could be more likely that he might try to steal a base with 2 strikes on Ramos. That even if he got thrown out, Ramos would lead off the next inning.
Yeah, once it gets to 0-2, maybe that does make it a little more likely. There he goes. The pitch is hit. Just a little comebacker. Bubic off the mound field, spins around, throws to first, and gets Ramos. Well, Fitzgerald did run, but it didn't matter because Ramos makes the out, and Bubic works around.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term.
Will lead off for the Royals in the fourth. 0-0 Giants in Kansas City. And Perez fouls one back. Salvador Perez, a fan below us, without a glove, reached up and made a really nice catch. Got a big ovation. It's a hot spot. That's right near where the kid who caught one with a glove at the start of the game was sitting. 0-1 pitch. Perez fouls this one back against Robbie Ray. It's 0-2. Salvador Perez, he's been around for ever. Giants went head-to-head with him in the 2014 World Series. He's the guy who hit the pop-up that Pablo Sandoval caught for the final out of that World Series. 0-2, the windup and the pitch, and it's outside with a fastball. 1-2. Padres are coming here during the next Giants homestand, so this has been a long one. Diamondbacks, A's, and Royals. Next homestand, the Padres will be here. 4-game series, June 2nd through the 5th. sfgiants.com/tickets, the place to go. Here's the 1-2, and it swung on and missed. Strike three. Got him with a slider. Nasty pitch from Robbie Ray. Number 1, third strikeout for Ray. Salvador Perez, I think he's going to go to the Hall of Fame someday.
Well, he's one of the He's on a very short list of catchers. He hit 48 home runs one year as the primary catcher. One of the biggest home run seasons for any catcher in history.
Fastball to Michael Garcia. He takes strike one. He's won a bunch of Gold Gloves. He's led the Royals to a World Series championship. He's made a bunch of all-star teams. Here's a pitch down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
Very few catchers in his prime, very few catchers could throw out base stealers the way he could. Great arm, quick release.
Played a huge number of games. Now a ground ball base hit into right field. Just beat the defense. Fitzgerald was shaded up the middle, and Garcia did not hit that very hard. But he rolls it into right field for a 1-out single.
Now I think he's one of those guys we were talking about earlier, that they have some guys who will be very aggressive trying to steal bases, and he's one of them. Garcia, last year he had 37 steals and got thrown out twice. So far this year, nowhere close to that kind of success. He's got 10 steals, but been thrown out 6.
He's in a base stealing slump. We'll see if he goes here. The pitch, he's not running, and it's taken just off the inside. A slider to Mark Canha for ball 1. Teams do run against Robbie Ray. Robbie, there are left-handers who just shut down a running game, and Robbie's not one of them. Doesn't mean it's easy to run against it, but they will do it. The 1-0 pitch is hit to left field and pretty well hit. Ramos going back, still going back in front of the wall, makes a catch. And back to first, Garcia, 2 down. Mark Canha is retired. Canha, when he was with the Giants last year, Giants picked him up around the trade deadline, and they needed a little help from the right side. Slater was banged up a lot, and Canha came and he did some good things. He had some big moments, some big hits for the Giants. He never hit a home run, though, with the Giants. He's always been a guy who has some power. And he'd always been a guy who hit home runs here against the Giants when he was with the A's, but he never hit a home run for the Giants. 2 down for the left-handed hitting Michael Massey. Swings at the first pitch and pops one up. The second baseman, Fitzgerald, calls off Casey Schmidt, and right near the foul line behind first makes the catch. Out number 3. Massey gone on 1 pitch and run.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang.
Tanner Bubich, who pitches. Wilmer blasts one down the left field line, but foul. He hooked it for strike 1. The 21st out of the game ended the top of this 4th inning. Sponsored by 21st Amendments, Hell or High Watermelon Wheat Beer. Summer in a can. Giants still looking for their first hit. They've had one base runner, a Tyler Fitzgerald walk. That's it. Now Wilmer starts, holds up. Royals asked for the appeal, but it was denied. No swing. It's 1-1. Chris Bubich from Mitty, from Cupertino, from Stanford. And he's just blossomed this year. He's been awesome. This is with a fastball high to Wilmer Flores, 2-1. When he was at Stanford, there were a lot of good players on those Stanford teams. He was teammates with Eric Miller, Giants reliever. He was teammates with Tristan Beck, who's pitching at AAA right now for the Giants. Flores hits a fly ball down the right field line. Renfroe kind of taking a weird angle to it, but he'll get there and make the catch near the foul line to retire Wilmer Flores. One away. And up comes Jung-Hoo Lee. Nico Horner was on those Stanford teams. Tim Tawa, I think you guys saw him in the series where the Diamondbacks were here recently.
He's got some power, Tim Tawa. Tough out.
He was on those same teams. With
did Stanford just win it all, or what?
They did not.
What?
That's a lot of good big leaguers, though. The pitch. Lee hits a smash, but right on one hop to short. Bobby Witt Jr. throws him out, 2 down. Well, that's too bad. Low line drive contact from Lee. That's good to see. But right into the defense. 2 outs for Chapman.
And Witt was playing him right there. Hardly had to move. And still not an easy play because it was hit so hard. 100 miles an hour off the bat with one sort of quick hydroplaning hop.
There was water out there, huh? Here's a fastball. I missed the rain today. Fastball high.
It's very humid, Dave.
Oh, that's true. I missed this. I missed the marine layer. Ball 1 to Chapman. Big, high slider, 2-0. Kyle Stowers, he was on those Stanford teams. He's turned into a good player for Miami.
Wow, he's their best hitter.
He's got huge power. We saw him hit a monster home run here last year against the Giants. 2-0. Chapman swings and misses. That changeup, that's fooled some Giants hitters who've been ahead of the count, and it fooled Chapman.
Stowers is the best hitter, probably, but not tonight. Jesus Sanchez, maybe their leadoff guy, was the best one tonight.
He's the guy who hit the walk-off in the 9th inning. 8-7 Marlins over the Cubs.
He led off the game in the first inning with a home run. And then in the bottom of the ninth, they were behind by a run, and he hit a 2-run double right down the right field line.
That's a pretty good night. Good hitters count for Matt Chapman. 3-1. Bubich pitches. Chapman started to go and foul tipped it. Man, that tells you how hard Bubich is to pick up. That's a 3-1 count, and a really good hitter, Matt Chapman, who was just totally fooled. 3-2. Adames would be next, 2 down. The pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3, got him with a changeup. So Bubich strikes out Chapman, retires the Giants in order, and still a 0-0 game as we go.
Every game night is a chance to go big with MLB.
Royals 0-0. Here's John.
And Robbie Ray misses a little bit low with a curveball to Hunter Renfroe. Pitch number 54 thrown by Ray. So he's averaged about 13 pitches per inning so far. Very economical. Now, change up. That fooled him. And Renfroe, he took a mighty cut trying to launch it and might even be saying right now, wait a minute, what was that? Never seen that before from Robbie Ray. 1-1 the count. Ray throws. And another changeup. Same result. Another swing and a miss. Strike two. We're coming to you from the Hawaiian Airlines broadcast booth. Oracle Park in San Francisco. All of the sun has disappeared now from the field itself and from the hitter's backdrop. From the scoreboard complex. 1-2 pitch. Strike three call. And that was a slider up. And Renfroe is given the little stare to Dan Merzel. But I think the beauty of that pitch is that it was a slider that starts like it's out of the strike zone. It's too high. And then when it breaks and it drops down into the top of the strike zone. Brilliantly done for the strikeout. Here now is Kyle Isbell. He got a single his first time. Left-handed hitter. He hits a ground ball just past Ray to second. Over to his right. Fitzgerald's got it. Spins around. Throws over to first. Out number two. Two down. Nobody on. Dave, you were talking about that game in Miami where the Marlins hit back-to-back home runs to start the game. The first two hitters of the game homered. But then in the third, Amaya homered for the Cubs with two men on. Then the Marlins got 4 runs. In the fifth, they were back ahead 6-3. The Cubs got 4 runs in the sixth inning, and then they were back ahead 7-6. Here's a called strike to Jonathan India with a curveball. India has struck out and walked. And then it stayed 7-6 Cubs until the last of the ninth when Sanchez hit the 2-run double to end it. Miami 8-7 winners. There's a ground ball foul off to the left toward the far end of the Giants' dugout. 0-2 to India. So quite a game there. A lot of Cubs fans, as you might expect in South Florida, at that game.
So it's like the 4th or 5th most dramatic late inning game of the Cubs season. They've had a lot of wildness, haven't they?
They have. And they can score. They've been one of the best offensive clubs in the game. We found that out when we first got to Chicago. Here's a ball too high to India, 1-2. The Giants kind of cooled them off a little bit after the first game. They won that series 2 out of 3. 1-2 pitch. Little tapper foul just off to the right toward Bobby Witt Jr., who's on deck. So the Cubs lost that one 8-7. Some other finals. The Red Sox beat the Mets 3-1. Aroldis Chapman got a save at Fenway. Now here's a ball in the dirt, a slider missing. 2-2 the count. Houston beat Tampa Bay at George M. Steinbrenner Field, 4-3 in Tampa. And Milwaukee beat Baltimore. 7 losses in a row for the Orioles. 5-4 Milwaukee on the Toyota scoreboard. There's a drive into center field toward left center. On the move to his right is Jung-Hoo Lee. Now he tries to quit and not overrun that ball as it started slicing big time. And as he
Introducing baseball's all-new national pregame show.
and makes the catch. The second baseman, Massey, was over trying to help out if needed, and the right fielder, Renfroe, also gave chase, but it was Pasquantino all the way, and he stayed with it. So Adames, who struck out his first time, is gone on one pitch this time. Now, Casey Schmidt. He's been the only Giant, or one of the only Giants, I think Matos is also another one, to have even hit the ball hard against Bubic, and he takes ball one. He hit one 98 miles an hour, a liner to left field for an out his first time. Matos hit one to deep center at 96, and those are the only two hard hit balls of the game for the Giants. Now here is a slider in for a strike.
I'll nominate Jung-Hoo Lee.
Jung-Hoo, well, and you're right, he hit one 100 miles, although not in, it was a low liner on one hop to the shortstop. Here's a ball too low. But he hit it 100 miles an hour, so he, without question, hit it very hard. 2-1 the count to Schmidt. Here's the pitch. And Bubic bounces a changeup in there. 3-1 with Tyler Fitzgerald on deck. Do you have any other candidates for hard hit balls?
I'm scrolling back through. The Jets don't have a hit yet, so we're searching.
They had the 10-inning game on Saturday. They only hit 2 balls at 95 or above the whole game. 3-1 the count to Schmidt, just off the injured list today. The pitch. And that is called a ball. That was a slider up and in, and some umpires might have called that a strike. The StatCast strike zone showed it as coming back and hitting the corner, but it was called ball 4. So, second walk allowed by Bubic. The Giants have no hits. Here's Tyler Fitzgerald. He also drew a walk. That was leading off the third. The only time the Giants got their leadoff man on. And he swings and misses at a first pitch slider, strike 1. Breaking down and in and out of the strike zone. Tyler Fitzgerald, his first 2 games back were the first 2 games of the Athletics series over the weekend. Now he swings and misses at a changeup down at the knees. But Tyler had a walk and a double in the Friday night game, and he had 2 singles in the 10-inning 1-0 win on Saturday. So he immediately had a couple of good games with the bat. But he's behind in the count here, 0-2. The pitch from Bubic. Little tapper up the third base side. Foul. About 55 feet from home, it kicked off foul. On the Toyota out-of-town scoreboard, the Arizona Diamondbacks are playing in L.A. and leading the Dodgers 5-0 in the top of the third inning. Jack Dreyer was the Dodgers starter. Dreyer, 26 years old. When he starts, he's used as an opener, but he gave up 3 in the first 2, and then Knack came on in the third. He's given up 2 more. And a little tapper back toward the mound. Quickly off the mound to get it. Bubic, he turned as if to make a play at second, but juggled the ball. So then turned and fired hurriedly to first in time to get Fitzgerald. So Schmidt does move up into scoring position. Dodgers got swept over the weekend by the Angels in some wild games. So now the D-backs are in there and having a 5-0 lead. Only the third inning in that one. Lourdes Gurriel with a 2-run homer against Knack in that third inning. So here's Matos, base hit, can mean a run. It's 0-0. Last of the 5th. 2 down, runner at second. And a curveball in there for a called strike. Matos hit one hard, but out into deep center. It was caught by Isbell. The lead at second by Schmidt. Bubic checks him, now pitches. Another breaking ball in there for a called strike. The slider down around the knees, and it's quickly 0-2. A couple of breaking balls, both taken by Matos. Now he backs away, taking his time out here. On the Toyota out-of-town scoreboard, Colorado hosting the Phillies and trailing 4-3 now, top of the 8th inning. Here, nothing. Last of the fifth. 2 down, runner at second. The pitch on the way. Swing and a hard ground ball to first. Diving to his left. Pasquantino gets it. He was way off the line, made a headlong dive, kept it on the infield, gets up, runs it to the bag for the out. Inning over. Nicely done by...
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since...
Inning number 6, and here's Bobby Witt Jr., the right-handed hitter, lifting a foul off the right field line, twisting back and well back into the far end of the second deck. Bobby Witt Jr., son of the former big league pitcher, Bobby Witt. He has hit a double to left center and lined out into a double play. Swing and a high foul. This will also go back out of play off the right field line. Chasing down the line after it, Casey Schmidt, the Giants' first baseman. Giants nothing, and Kansas City nothing. All of the offense has really been on the Royals' side. They've had 4 hits and have received a walk from Robbie Ray, but have left 4 runners on base. The Giants have not had a hit. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Too high. Fastball up out of the zone. 1-2. Last year, Bobby Witt Jr., he was 23. He had 32 homers, 109 batted in, 45 doubles, 11 triples, and 31 steals. Now the pitch. Hard ground ball right to second. Fitzgerald's got it. Quickly, he's got to make that throw with Witt streaking up the line, and he just gets him in kind of a low throw dug out by Casey Schmidt. Well, Witt running full out on that ground ball, and he hit it hard. Still put a little pressure on Tyler Fitzgerald. Almost got a bad throw out of it. Now Vinny Pasquantino, left-handed hitter, big and strong. 1 out, nobody on. He swings and lifts a foul out of play off to the left. Strike 1.
He's like Christian McCaffrey in a baseball uniform. He just looks so explosive in everything he does. Offense, defense, base running. He's a pretty impressive athlete.
And he's a Gold Glove caliber shortstop besides. The 1-strike pitch. Pasquantino hits a line drive base hit right center field to the right side of where the second baseman Fitzgerald was set for him. That ball was really clobbered and sort of just straight away second base. And with Fitzgerald playing into pull, he had no chance to go back and get that one. Very hard hit ball. 108 miles an hour off the bat of Pasquantino. So now with 1 out, here is Salvi Perez. Big time power. The pitch to him. Very high. Ball one. By the way, we mentioned that Witt also had hit his ground ball hard. His ground ball was right at Fitzgerald. He hit it at 109 miles an hour. So a couple of really hard hit balls in a row here. Both ended up on the ground, though. One for a hit. The set by Ray. The kick. The pitch. Swing and a miss. And he got Salvi Perez to chase the curveball and ended up down below the knees. And the count is 1-1. Perez has always been a free swinger. But also extremely powerful. 1-1 the count. Ray ready. Throws. Swing. And there's a high pop-up. Foul off the first base side. Coming over is Schmidt. Now he staggers under it and drops the ball. He was about halfway between the first base line and the railings on that side. And he went over to his left and started to stagger a bit. And then, with his feet not really set beneath him, he reached up to catch it, and it popped right out of his glove. So an error. Salvi Perez still alive. Runner at first, one out. Nothing score. Ray to the plate. Swing, and there's a high foul off the first base side again. This will reach well back out of play, maybe to the relief of Casey Schmidt. Although, truth be told, he'd probably like to get another one and just catch it this time for some immediate retribution, redemption. One of those words. Here's the set. Ray throws, and it's bounced foul back behind the plate. That was a slider down at the knees at 90 miles an hour. Nothing game. Game that has been played rather similarly to the game on Saturday night when the Athletics were here. Middle infield, double play depth, although playing Perez to pull. Ray pitches. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The high fastball at 95 miles an hour. Perez tried to check his swing, could not do it. The plate umpire made the call himself. On the Toyota out-of-town scoreboard, that game in L.A. now is at the end of 2.5. Arizona 7, the Dodgers nothing. Now the pitch, a called strike to Michael Garcia. The Toyota out-of-town scoreboard. Toyota, let's go places. In town, Giants nothing, Royals nothing. Sixth inning, 2 down, runner at first. Robbie Ray into his stretch. And the pitch. Up and away. 1-1 the count now. Pitch number 78 thrown by Robbie Ray. Pasquantino, the runner at first. Not a base stealer per se. Here's the pitch now. And that is right on the inside corner. 94 mile an hour fastball. Strike 2 call. Garcia got a base hit his last time up there after striking out his first at bat. Third time through the order here, 6th inning. The Giants and Royals in a 0-0 tie. Ray with the high set. Kicks. Delivers. He struck him out swinging. The ball dropped by Huff. Picks it up. Tags out Garcia. The slider was what got him. One man left. And now the Giants.
Let's see if you can figure out the following baseball slang term.
Just call you, and the moon is rising. I'm craving every moment with you. I can't just need you, and the tides are
for the Giants in the last of the 6th inning. Huff, who struck out his first time, to face Chris Bubich, who has not allowed a hit. Giants have drawn 2 walks, and that's all they've had. And one guy get as far as second base. The pitch to Huff, swing and a miss. A first pitch slider, and it's 0-1. Leadoff man, Elliot Ramos, is on deck. From the stretch, Bubich throws, and he threw the fastball to the same spot as he just threw that slider on the outer third, and a swinging strike 2. And that was about the same spot where he threw the fastball when he struck out Huff back in the third. Here it is, and that's in there, strike 3 call. That was a fastball on the outer third, about knee high. Let's pause now for station identification. This is the KNBR, Northern California Honda Dealers Radio Network.
This is Giants baseball. Nothing like it.
Elliot Ramos up for the 3rd time. He's the Giants leadoff man, and he takes a slider in the dirt from Bubich. Ball 1. In yesterday's game, Elliot Ramos hit the first pitch of the game, thrown by left-hander Jeffrey Springs, and then Springs retired 20 Giants in a row. The 1-0 pitch bounced foul off to the left, and by the time the Giants got another base runner, it was the 7th inning, and they were behind 2-1. And Chapman hit a 2-out single, and then the Athletics, they took him out. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Little tapper off the third base side of the mound, over to get it. Bubich turns around, throws over to first. In time. So 2 down. And just like yesterday, all this time the Giants are not making solid contact very often here. Yesterday was kind of a reprieve for them when Mark Kotze decided to take Springs out and go to his bullpen, and the bullpen could not hold on to it. Springs had thrown 84 pitches when he gave up that 2-out single. Now, Wilmer Flores, and a little backdoor slider that comes back and catches the outside edge. Beautifully thrown by Bubich. 2 down, nobody on. The Giants have no hits. Flores is popped out to second and flied out to right. Right-handed hitter, and he takes a high changeup in there, strike 2. That was at the top of the strike zone. He's making it look ridiculously easy. This will be his 75th pitch of the game. He's ready. Delivers. Swinging a ground ball to the right side. Hits softly, though. And all the way over to his left to get it. And he overran the ball. Was Michael Massey. And he tried to put the brakes on. I don't know if the ball took a bad hop or what. He tried to put the brakes on and slipped and fell, and the ball goes through. And he'll score it as an error. I think the ball, it might have been some weird spin as to why he overran the ball. Or maybe it hit a little pebble or whatever it was. But because they have no hits, perhaps. The old edict of make that first hit be a clean hit. So here's Jung-Hoo Lee. The error allowing Flores to reach. Second baseman Massey was way over. He was up the middle for Wilmer, and Wilmer just did not hit the ball very hard. Jung-Hoo Lee, left-handed hitter, 0 for 2, although he hit one very hard his last time up. And he takes a slider right on the outside corner, around the knees for a called strike. Again, beautiful placement by Bubich. Giants, nothing. Royals, nothing. Last of the 6, 2 down. Here's the set. Here's the pitch. Lee swings and misses. And it was the same pitch to almost the same spot. The slider on the outside. And it's 0-2. It might not have been called a strike had it been taken. Matt Chapman would be next. Flores with his lead from first. Pasquantino on the bag with him. And now another slider. That's low and outside for a ball. Third time the Giants have had a base runner against Bubich. And that causes him to throw a few extra pitches here. This will be his fourth pitch to Jung-Hoo Lee. And number 79 for the game. He throws. And he struck him out swinging. Another slider. Down and away. He threw only sliders to Jung-Hoo Lee. So the error and a man left. The Giants 6 hitless innings.
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Let's get it started.
Lead off your
Dave Fleming.
Man, what a well-pitched game. Both offenses, but especially the Giants offense, just totally shut down. A backdoor breaking ball for Bray for a called strike to Mark Canha. So pressure pitches here for Robbie Ray. No margin for error. It's 0-0, and he misses with a slider down and in. Ball one. The cutest giveaway of the season. Giants host Hello Kitty Day on Sunday, June 8th. First 15,000 fans get a Hello Kitty jersey presented by EVA Air as Canha pulls one on the ground foul. It's 1-2.
Read that first line again, will you?
Catch the cutest giveaway of the season.
So cute.
I'll have to adjust the way I'm sure we're going to be reading it a few more times between now and then. Here's a foul straight back. I'll have to make an adjustment. It's pretty good. 1-2 to Canha. That's when the Braves are here. Next homestand.
Well, it's a pretty popular day as well.
Oh, Lord. 1-2 pitch. A little topper around home plate, a foul ball.
They changed that ground ball. It's no longer an error.
Wow. We'll see. Maybe the Giants will just make it a footnote, but if somehow they don't get another hit for the rest of the game, that will become a very, very big story.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch. Fouled back to the backstop.
It won't be seen as being cute.
No, that would the Royals fans right now are not thinking it's cute at all.
And I really think that the ball had some weird spin or hit something.
1-2 pitch. Canha hits a shot up the middle, base hit. So Mark Canha is aboard to start the 7th inning with a leadoff single. That's the 6th hit. There's been no controversy about the Royals hits. That's their 6th and Canha's 2nd. They've had almost a single hit in every inning. Ray retired the side in order in the 5th. Otherwise, they have had some traffic against him every inning.
It's the second time that they've gotten their leadoff man aboard, and they send in one of their fast pinch runners for Canada.
One of their fast guys, Blanco, not Gregor. He's working for the commissioner's office now. That's Dairon Blanco. And Ray misses with a fastball that was just 90 miles an hour. So that's a little bit of a red flag. He's been throwing 93, 94 most of this game. Now maybe it was just came out of his hand weird. The pitch, fouled back. Now that one was 94. Challenged this left-handed hitter Michael Massey, 1-1. And we'll see if Blanco has ideas about trying to break for second as the pinch runner. He is the go-ahead run. We're scoreless, 0-0, seventh inning. Middle infield at double play depth and shaded slightly for Massey to pull the ball on the ground. Chapman playing in, and there goes Blanco. Ray picks over. Schmidt will throw to second, and Adames tags out Blanco. Well, Casey's got that great arm, and maybe it wasn't an absolutely perfect throw in terms of accuracy, but he fired a bullet to second, and now the manager of the Royals is out to argue. I'm guessing he thought it was a balk, and he sprinted out to the second base umpire, Jordan Baker. He's been tossed out of the game. And he is really unhappy. Matt Quatrero is in a big-time argument with Jordan Baker. He's right in his face. He's screaming at him. And I have to think that he was just upset that a balk wasn't called. Blanco went on first motion as soon as Ray lifted his knee. And Ray, that leg, there's supposed to be a line where you can't cross that plane with your leg on the home plate side as a pitcher if you're going to throw to first. And Quatrero was just convinced that Ray had balked, and he got tossed from the game. Now a foul. Back to the screen, it's 1-2. So caught stealing officially for the first out. Bases are empty. 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Strike three, 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
I'm also wondering because he did kind of point at second base when he first got out there, because when he caught the ball, Willie Adames, it was a low throw, and he dropped down to his left knee. And you're not supposed to be able to block the base with your knee or your foot unless you had the ball. Well, I think he had the ball.
Could be, though, that was the argument. Could be. Here's a curve in the dirt. Ball one. By the way, before this inning is over, this top of the seventh inning, as always, sponsored by Cache Creek Casino Resort, ready to elevate your weekend. Experience thrilling gaming action and unmatched luxury at Cache Creek Casino Resort. Your ultimate getaway is just a short drive away. So that might be what the argument was about. Quatrero was shot out of a cannon, man. He sprinted out there to argue immediately. Now Renfroe takes a fastball for a strike. It's 1-1. Renfroe's got power. So in a game like this, he's dangerous. One swing and the Royals could have the lead. He swings it. It's a high fly ball. Shallow left, really just a pop-up. Adames backpedaling, and the shortstop makes the catch. Out number 3. Leadoff single, the pickoff, and the Royals do not score. They've also lost their manager.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio.
in the game to play left field for the Royals. As Bubic comes set and pitches, and Chapman hits one on one hop to short, playing very deep Bobby Witt Jr., and he fires across to get Chapman out number one. Now, we do have a story here tonight in that we were saying the whole game that the Giants didn't have a hit. Wilmer Flores hit a little squibber with some weird spin. The second baseman, Massey, if he fielded it cleanly, was easily going to throw out Wilmer, but he tried to stop his momentum, and he slipped and fell, and the ball went by him. Initially scored an error, and then changed to a hit. Here's a fastball right down the middle. Adames takes strike one. So technically the Giants do have a hit. That's the only one against Bubic, who has been dominant. 0-0. Bottom 7. The pitch. Adames takes this one high. A fastball 1-1. Giants going to host Mental Health Awareness Day on Wednesday here at Oracle. Pre-game panel discussion. Resources from mental health nonprofits. Q&A with Giants mental health advocate Drew Robinson. Here's a foul tip. A fastball. Adames right into the mitt. Strike 2. sfgiants.com/mental health. 95 pitches for Robbie Ray, and he's going to be done for the night. Tyler Rogers is warming up. Man, was Robbie Ray good again. Giants just have not been able to get anything going against Bubic. The pitch outside with a changeup. 2-2. You have Rogers warming up. Camilo Doval also getting ready. You figure he's probably the guy in the 9th inning tonight. Ryan Walker pitching back-to-back days coming into today. Here's the 2-2. And it's in the dirt with a slider. 3-2. Well, this is a big pitch in the game. Giants and the Royals are tied. Adames has speed. Schmitz actually had some of the better swings and at-bats for any Giant tonight against Bubic. He's on deck. Here's the set. The lefty throws. And Adames takes ball 4. Up and away. He threw a changeup and he walked him. Giants have drawn 3 walks. This game was really feeling a lot like the one in Minnesota when the Giants were being no-hit by Chris Paddock, and it was a perfect game until the 6th inning. The difference in the feeling is the Giants had some base runners by way of the walk tonight against Bubic, including Casey Schmidt, who stands in. Runner at first, 1 out. The pitch. Casey hits a smash past the dive of Garcia down the left field line. It's going to kick off the sidewall. Adames sprinting towards third. He'll make it and stop as Blanco plays the carom and relays it back into second with a double. Casey Schmidt. And the Giants, now they have a hit, no question. And now they're in business with second and third and only 1 out. And Tyler Fitzgerald coming up. The Royals are going to send the pitching coach out and have a big Habas Law mound visit. The whole law firm's coming together for this one. Everybody's out there. Man, Casey Schmidt, you could almost see that coming. Of all the Giants players, he was the one who seemed to have the best read on Bubic based on his first 2 trips to the plate. And he hit a bullet down the left field line, 105 off the bat for an extra base hit. And now a big-time pressure at bat for Tyler Fitzgerald. We'll see with first base open. Meeting is over. We'll see if the Royals want to be real aggressive against Fitzgerald. Luis Matos on deck. Infield's going to come in aggressively in. They'll get a left-hander, Lynch, up in the bullpen. Kansas City will. But infield in. Hit a ball hard somewhere, and the Giants probably will take a lead. Here's the pitch. He squares around a bunt, and the ball is in the dirt. He pulls the bat back, and Salvador Perez somehow blocks the ball. My goodness. Wow. That was a changeup that bounced, and with the bat and the hitter squared up in front of Perez, that could have been a disaster for the Royals and a huge break for the Giants, because I couldn't tell how he actually saw that ball. Infield still in. 1-0 to Tyler. Here's the pitch. He swings away and tops it foul. Well, he went after another low changeup. He got another one, and this time he swung and just barely topped it. And I think we're going to see more of that. The pressure pitches in this game, Bubic has not thrown the fastball as good as his fastball is. 1-1 to Tyler. Infield still in. The pitch is hit to short, and it's caught by Witt, and it's going to be a double play. Adames was coming down the line to try to get a secondary lead. He scrambled to get back. Witt flipped to third with Garcia covering, and the Giants won't challenge. It's a double play. It was not hit all that hard, and he hit it right to the shortstop. Harder hit, and in even just...
Your day in baseball starts with MLB Central.
Seven shutout innings thrown by Robbie Ray. Now Rogers delivers a little tapper back toward the mound, coming down off the mound to field it. Rogers throws over to first for the out. One away. Hit ever so slowly by Isbell. Just didn't have enough on it to get all the way to the mound. Now the top of the order. Here comes Jonathan India. Tyler Rogers is in his 23rd game of the year. India has struck out, walked, and lined out to center. Now he takes the rising slider in there for a called strike. Robbie Ray, no runs, 6 hits allowed, and only 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. There's a foul off to the right. That was a sinker. It was up, but on the inner half of the plate, under the hands, and the count is 0-2. Daniel Lynch, the 4th, a left-hander, is warming up in the Kansas City bullpen now. Chris Bubic has thrown 91 pitches for the game. Here's the 0-2 pitch. A little bit low with a slider. Good eye there by India. Now Rogers comes in. Swing and a bloop foul off the right field side. Chasing down the line after it is Casey Schmidt, but he can't get to it, and hits off the netting off the side. It was beyond him anyway. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jonathan India now in the American League with Kansas City. And he has seen a little bit of Rogers in the past. Now he swings, and it's another high Foul going down the right field line, and this will reach back over the netting and out of play. Watch a post-game concert after the Giants take on the Boston Red Sox. All fans in attendance on Saturday, June the 21st, can stay for a City Connect concert featuring country musician Nate Smith. You can see the concert from your seats or upgrade. You can go to sfgiants.com/Nate Smith for more details. Here's a swing and a foul back to the screen. That was a slider. Up a little bit. Robbie Ray with 7 shutout innings lowered his earned run average for the year to 2.67. Here's a ball way off the outside with that slider. Now it's 2-2. So India giving Tyler Rogers quite a battle here. 4th time he's seen him in a big league game. Third baseman Chapman hugging the foul line deep. Now here's another lunging swing at a slider that broke off the outside, and he fouls that one back and out of play. Hit the top of the backstop and ricocheted into the crowd.
I think that almost got a laugh out of Tyler Rogers. He didn't want to break his game face.
2-2 the count. The 9th pitch to India. Here it is. And they drive into left center field. That's into the gap. There's nobody there. It's headed toward the 399 marker on the bounce. Cutting it off is Jung-Hoo Lee, and around second and stopping there is Jonathan India. A 1-out double just in front of Bobby Witt Jr. And now the Royals' top hitter is coming up, and they're going to send in another pinch runner. It will be Kevin Biggio. And he'll be the runner. And now Bobby Witt Jr. Now, after Witt, you've got the left-handed hitter, Vinny Pasquantino. Their top 2 RBI guys are the guys coming up right now. Witt has doubled, lined out into a double play, and grounded sharply to second. The pitch to him. Swing, and he belts one. That's deep into left, but back into his right goes Ramos, and at the edge of the warning track, he makes the catch. And he got it a little bit down on the bat or whatever, maybe out on the end, and it stayed in the yard. The ball off the bat, according to StatCast, only 88 miles an hour. Whew. Of course, we knew right away that he swings it. Oh, no. So 2 down, and here is Pasquantino, another dangerous hitter, left-handed batter, and he takes a ball off the outside, ball 1.
If you ever needed a demonstration of how much Bob Melvin trusts Tyler Rogers, first base open, tie game, 8th inning, and he let him pitch to Bobby Witt.
Here's the stretch. The 1-0 pitch. There's a high drive in a deep right center field, out into Triples Alley, still going. It's gone! Pasquantino did get all of it. Out to the big part of the yard over the 6th archway out there. Well to the right of the 415 marker, but over the 20-foot high wall, and it is 2-0 Kansas City. Pasquantino, who missed the whole month of September and still hit 19 homers with 97 batted in. And that was a slider on the outside. It was a little bit up above the knees, and he jumped on it. Now here is Salvi Perez. 2 runs in, and he takes a high sinker on the inside for a strike. So Pasquantino, that's his 8th home run of the year. He's been the top RBI man for the Royals. He's got 28 runs batted in now. Now the pitch and a swinging strike. And that was a sinker way inside. And right in the middle, he tried to avoid getting hit by it. And he stumbled, almost fell over. Perez 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts against Robbie Ray. The 0-2 pitch. Way outside and high. The rising slider, and he missed badly with it. With 1 out, India gave him a long battle and ended up hitting a double on the 9th pitch that he saw. That got him started. Here's a slider off the outside, well outside. Then Witt, he got one to hit, but he hit kind of a topspin fly ball to left. Didn't hit it all that hard. There's a liner foul past third and down the left field line. But then Pasquantino got a slider, and man, he was right on it like he was taking batting practice. We don't see that happen very often against Tyler Rogers. We see guys who look a little more mystified. Only the second home run he's allowed this year. Now a soft ground ball. Going wide of third is Matt Chapman over near short. Picks it up, throws him out. But now the Giants, who had a great opportunity to score in the seventh.
All the big hits.
Giants Annual Pride Day, Saturday, June 7th. Celebrations, festivities honoring the LGBTQ plus community. First 20,000 fans get a Pride bucket hat presented by Gilead. Learn more at sfgiants.com/promotions. Well, a left-hander following the left-hander. Bubic was brilliant. And now Daniel Lynch takes over. 2-0. Now the Royals lead, bottom 8.
Luis Matos leads off and pulls a ground ball foul. He swung at a first pitch slider that was off the inside, right in under the hands. So he yanked it foul, strike one. Matos is flied out deep to center. And he got robbed of a hit on a diving, sprawling grab by Pasquantino his last time on a ground ball. Now here's a soft ground ball to second. Over to his left to get it. Massey throws him out. One away. And Sam Huff will come up. Schreiber, a right-hander, now warming up in the Kansas City bullpen. Huff has struck out twice, once swinging, once looking. He hits a high foul out of play off to the right. And he got a fastball right down the middle at 96. But he was late on it. Tall, skinny left-hander. Lynch throws very high at 95. Lynch has been really tough to hit, although he's not a strikeout guy. 20 and 2/3 innings before tonight. 14 hits allowed. Only 10 strikeouts. Now he pitches a changeup off the outside. 2-1. Lynch has given up one home run. He has walked 7 and hit 2. 2-0. Kansas City leading. Now, wow. Swing and a miss. And he ended up swinging at it while he was falling away from it, trying to avoid swinging at it. The ball was very high. So instead of 3-1, it's 2-2. And Lynch comes right back to him. Swing and a line drive up the middle, base hit. He threw him a changeup. Thank you very much. Huff was a little out front of it, a little off balance, and hit it off the end of the bat, but he hit it over the shortstop side of second base with Bobby Witt Jr. playing him to pull, swung over toward third. Now here is Elliot Ramos. He is the possible tying run. Wilmer Flores on deck. The pitch, and it's high and tight with a slider. 1 ball and no strikes. We're in the 8th inning. Kansas City has just scored twice as a grounder foul off to the left. That was a changeup on the inside. Down, and the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Giants have only 3 hits in the game. First baseman Pasquantino playing near the bag with Sam Huff, and Sam Huff's not going anywhere. Second baseman Massey playing way over toward the middle. The pitch now. Swing, line drive down the left field line. That's in there, base hit. 1 quick hop to Blanco, the left fielder. Over to second is Huff. He'll stop there, and the Giants, for the first time in the game, have 2 men on and only 1 man out. Well, they had 2 men on at second and third with 1 out, but in this inning they get 2 hits for the first time, is what I've been trying to say. Now the acting manager comes out. The bench coach is Paul Hoover, so I'm guessing that must be Paul Hoover. And he comes out to take the ball from Lynch with 2 men on and 1 man out. And Schreiber will come in.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said.
And hittable. We'll see. The Giants' late game hero, Wilmer Flores, with 2 on and 1 out. Giants are down 2-0 here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Yeah, the home runs, he's allowed on average 2 home runs for every 9 innings pitched. Wilmer 1 for 3 in the game. The pitch to him, way outside. Ball 1, a cutter at 90 miles per hour. Schreiber, 6 feet 2 inches tall. He's got Huff, the runner, at second. Ramos at first. He throws. Low and outside again. Fastball that time at 94. Neither one of those pitches was close, and it's 2-0. Wilmer with a .395 batting average for the year with runners in scoring position. The set, the pitch. In for a strike on the inside corner with a sinker. 2-1 the count now. Schreiber rubs up the ball. Now toes the slab. Huff leads away from second. Massey pulled over toward the middle, the second baseman. Here's the pitch. And he taps it ever so slowly foul off to the right. That was a big sweeping breaking ball, and Wilmer lunged at it and just barely got a piece of it and was happy that it rolled foul. So now 2 strikes to Wilmer Flores. Jung-Hoo Lee is on deck. The plate umpire goes out to dust off home plate with his special umpire-issued whisk broom. Puts his mask back on. Goes back behind the catcher. Flores, squared up stance, straight up. The set. Here's the pitch. And low. A sinker. Was right over the plate, but low. 95 miles an hour. Wilmer took it, and it's a full count. Schreiber is ready. The pitch on the way. Fouled off to the right. Fastball at 94. Wilmer with the real protective swing, because that was a two-seamer, a 94-mile-an-hour fastball that had that movement. I'm sure it looked like it was going to be outside, and Wilmer at the last moment just tried to make contact, and he did. Still 3-2. Again, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Wilmer swung at ball 4. That was up and in. Another sinker. And that might have looked like a strike on the way in. But it had a lot of movement and ran right off the inside and almost hit Wilmer. Now the left-handed hitter, Jung-Hoo Lee. The time is taken by Salvi Perez. He's going to run out for a little conference, face-to-face with Schreiber. Huff at second, Ramos at first. Jung-Hoo Lee, who for the year with runners in scoring position has hit .342. And Jung-Hoo against right-handers, he's actually, seems counterintuitive, he's hit better against lefties than he has against righties. Now the stretch. 2 out, 2 on. The pitch. Too high. Good eye there by Lee. Ball 1. Fastball missing. Huff with 1 out. Single to center. And then Ramos ripped a single to left. Now 2 down. 2 on. Here it comes. Swing. Line drive. Base hit down the right field line. Hustling over to cut it off. In the corner is Renfroe. 1-run scores, going to third and stopping there is Ramos on a double by Jung-Hoo Lee. And it's 2-1 Kansas City with Matt Chapman coming up. Hunter Renfroe racing across the green in the right field corner to cut that ball off. If he had not been able to cut it off, that might have been the little added couple of beats for Elliot Ramos to come around and score. But he cut it off, angling back onto the warning track in the right field corner. Meanwhile, one of the Royals trainers is out to see about Vinny Pasquantino. That was a line shot. And right over the head of Pasquantino, he made a leap for it, and he really did not come that close to it. But I don't know, he might have hurt himself. The acting manager, Hoover, is out there with one of the trainers. Kyle Turner is the head trainer for Kansas City. Chris DeLucia is the assistant trainer. But for now, Pasquantino has convinced them that he's okay. And pitching coach, meanwhile, Brian Sweeney, out to the mound for a Habas Law mound visit. So they've got Matt Chapman coming up and Willie Adames behind him, and first base is open. We're looking at a replay, and Pasquantino went up as high as he could get and still was 2 or 3 feet above his glove. Now here is Chapman, and The plate umpire starts waving his hand now and walks out in front of the plate. And then he points at himself as if to say that was all about him. 2 down, a run in. The Giants trailing 2-1. And here's Schreiber, the right-hander, to the right-handed hitter, Chapman. And there's a ball way outside, ball 1. Chapman is fouled out to third, struck out, and grounded out to short in this game. Ramos, the possible tying run at third. Lee, the possible go-ahead run at second. Now the 1-0 pitch. Way outside again with a slider and a lunging backhanded save. Saving a wild pitch and maybe saving the tying run from scoring by Salvi Perez. 2-0 the count. Willie Adames is on deck. 2-0 pitch. And he pours in a cutter for a called strike. Just when you thought, well, he's pitching around him. And then he threw him the cutter right in there. 2-1 now, and the Royals pitcher wants a new baseball. It is Angel Zerpa, a left-hander, warming up in the Kansas City bullpen now. 2-1 the count. Here it is. Swing and a pop-up. Foul to the right of the plate. Coming over is Salvi Perez. He's under it, and he's got it right near the Kansas City dugout. So for the Giants, they get just the 1. Camilo Doval and Jordan Hicks both warming up in the Giants.
Introducing baseball's all-new national.
By Ring Central, AI-first communications you can trust. Jung-Hoo Lee with the RBI double, but only 1 run for the Giants. So they're still down 1. 9th inning, 2-1 Royals, and Jordan Hicks for the first time comes in out of the bullpen.
And Michael Garcia takes a fastball too high for ball 1. 96 miles per hour. Garcia has struck out, singled, and struck out again. Dairon Blanco is on deck. Hicks to the plate, very high and tight. So not close with either one of those pitches. That one 99 miles an hour. At his best, he throws that sinker and gets a lot of ground balls. 2-0 the count to the very speedy Garcia. Now he lines one up the middle, base hit. That one was right over the heart of the plate, and he really hit it hard. Hit number 9 for Kansas City. 2-1. The Royals lead, and here is Dairon Blanco. Now, Michael Garcia is a guy who can steal a base. Hicks throws and showing bunt. Blanco takes a called strike. He squared around as if to bunt and then pulled the bat back and it was in there. Carlos Estevez, who has been the Royals closer, warming up in the bullpen. Here's a bunt up the first base side. Hicks over to get it. Underhanded feed to Fitzgerald, the second baseman covering, in time for the out, and that moves Garcia over to second base. Interesting strategy there, giving away the out to move him up in a situation where Garcia is capable of stealing the base. Now here is Michael Massey, left-handed hitter. 2-1, Kansas City leading, ninth inning. The pitch hit deep and fouled on the right field line. Let's pause here for station identification. This is the KNBR Northern California Honda Dealers Radio Network.
When the game is over, hear the
Massey is 0 for 3, left-handed hitter. And he lines one into left field, but it's hanging. In comes Ramos, and he makes the catch. Man, they are... The two guys who've swung away have both clobbered the ball. Garcia led off the inning with a single. He hit the ball at 106 miles per hour. And then Massey hit that one at 100 miles an hour. So Hicks is not fooling anybody so far. 2 down, runner at second. Here's Renfroe. And he takes a slider, called a ball. That could have been called a strike on the outside.
And it really is the reason why Jordan Hicks is not a starting pitcher anymore. That sinker's just been hit hard this year.
He delivers, and a slider. Check swing by Renfroe. The ball is off the outside, 2-0.
So whether starter or reliever, they're going to have to get that sorted out for Jordan Hicks. Way too much hard contact against that pitch.
Hicks ready, checks the runner, and then the spin move. And Garcia took a step as if he were heading for third, and then Hicks spun around. There was nobody breaking to cover, but he moved him back. 2-0 the count. Here it is. And that's off the inside at 100 miles an hour with a sinker. 3-0. You got the left-handed hitter Isbell on deck. Yeah, whether he's starting or relieving, that's an issue for Jordan Hicks. He pitches. Look out. Way inside. Not close. 101 miles an hour, but not anywhere near the strike zone. So 2 men on with 2 men out. And here's Isbell, who has singled, grounded out to second, and bounced one softly back to the pitcher. The Royals 2, the Giants 1. We're in the ninth inning. The Giants will have the Willie Adames, Casey Schmidt, Tyler Fitzgerald part of the order due up. There's a ball inside with a fastball. That was a 4-seam fastball, apparently. They still have Yastrzemski, Wade, and the switch hitter Bailey on the bench. Now a fastball off the outside. 2-0. Throwing extremely hard, and none of them are strikes. But the ones he's thrown for strikes have been hit really hard in this inning. 2 men on, 2 men out. And he's too high with a fastball. 3-0. Kevin Biggio, another left-handed hitter, is on deck. Here's the pitch on the way. And he pours that one right through there for a called strike. Here comes. Lined into center field. That is in there. Base hit. And that'll get a run home. Now the throw goes into second. They got the runner hung up. Running him down is Adames, and he tags him out, running him toward third. So Renfroe ran into it out there. But, man, that is a crushing run. So he finally grew.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith, Clark.
He's been around a long time. Giants have seen him many times in different uniforms. He's been pitching for the Royals here and pitching pretty well. 3-1 Kansas City, bottom of the ninth.
Esteves for the first pitch fastball, 93 miles an hour at the knees for a called strike. Adames got a walk his last time. The pitch to him. And on the outside corner with a changeup. Strike two call right on the corner. Adames is struck out looking, fouled out to first, and then he got that walk in the seventh. That was the Giants, one of their best shots. They had the walk to Adames, then Schmidt followed with a double, and they had second and third and one out, but they did not score. 0-2 pitch, popped up a mile high behind the plate, now coming over into the Kansas City on deck circle and backpedaling several steps. Salvi Perez makes the catch. And Adames is promptly retired. Now Lamont Wade Jr. will pinch hit for Casey Schmidt. Giants have 5 hits in the game now. They got 3 of them in that 8th inning. The Giants have scored just the 1 run, though, in the last couple innings when they had all of their really big chances. And here's a called strike on the inside. 96-mile-an-hour fastball up and in, but right on the inside corner. Well, was raising his arms to avoid being hit. 1 strike pitch. Swing, line drive into right center field. Base hit. Well, Lamont, who hit that pinch hit triple that started the winning rally in the 8th inning yesterday. And he gets a 1-out single here as a pinch hitter again. And he hit that ball at 103 miles per hour. Now, here's Tyler Fitzgerald, and he is the possible tying run. Right-handed batter, 0 for 2 in the game. The pitch to him. swing, and he pops it up. Swung at the first pitch slider. It's foul ground, first base side. Pasquantino comes over, makes the catch. One pitch and out. And now Yastrzemski to pinch hit for Matos. Patrick Bailey out on deck. Get your squad together for a game at Oracle Park. Groups of 15 or more get special perks and discounted tickets starting at 20% off. Book now at sfgiants.com/groups. Mound meeting, a habeas, habeas corpus.
Yes, you're working on your legalese. I appreciate that.
A habeas law mound visit. All right. Here's the pitch, and Yaz with a big swing and a miss. He got a 97-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside, down around the knees. But over to second goes Lamont Wade Jr. They were not holding against him. Now time is taken. And I don't know if something happened there to Salvi Perez at the umpire. Dan Merzel thought he needed to give him a few moments. Anyway, he's back behind Perez now. 2 down, the pitch. Yaz fouls one back to the screen. He got one right out over the plate. That might have been the one to hit, but he fouled it back. 97-mile-an-hour fastball toward the middle in part of the plate, which can oftentimes be his power area. Patrick Bailey on deck. 3-1, Kansas City leading. Last of the ninth, the Giants down to their final strike. Wade, the runner at second. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He went after the real high fastball, up out of the zone, and the game is over. So a real disappointing night for the Giants. And not just because they wasted some great pitching from Robbie Ray, but I think mostly because they had some chances late in this game and came up empty in the last 3 innings in a row. Here's the game summary now, sponsored by Rayleigh's and Nob Hill. Save more on the flavors you love and find better deals for your budget at Rayleigh's and Nob Hill. The Royals end up with 3 runs on 10 hits, and they got all 3 of the runs in the last 2 innings. The Royals, for the game,